Welcome to the 12th episode of Chess Concepts for Beginners. Now today we're going to look at one of my games from 900 Elo and we're going to see how to develop pieces in an opening but is quite unusual. So the game starts off with d4, the England Gambit. You can study your openings and accept the gambit and then maybe defend it. But I played d5. Perhaps very unusual, yes. But after e4, this is now a strange type of King's Indian after c4. After f5, already f5. I encourage you not to defend that pawn. You should not develop bishop first. And definitely not to d3 right now because you're provoking your opponent to capture the pawn. And then you're making your bishop look like a pawn here, a tall pawn, looking at nothing right now. And it gets hit with a knight in the center. So what you should do here is play knight to develop and defend. If takes, then perhaps knight takes, and your opponent's next moves should be this. After this, you can play queen f3 here, defending and attacking at the same time. And if they take, you take back. I mean, knight attacks, perhaps not the best option here. Perhaps not the best option. You should not guard your pieces like this. You should bring the bishop out. Bring the bishop out this way. And now if he takes and knight develops again, you have bishop f3 here. If there, then queen e2. Or, yeah, I mean, who cares? Complicated lines. But what happens here is a big mistake from me. A big mistake. Yes, bishop and the pawn are both attacked. So you should bring the bishop back. I don't encourage you. Yeah, you should defend with the knight. But you don't want to play f3. Never want to play f3, making this bishop look at nothing. Make it a pawn to take. And also, when this knight takes, you have to look out for queen checks. Queen checks against the king. This is a very deadly check because it forces your king to move. Queen h4, you have to move the king because I'm unexperienced. I play g3 and thinking that, okay, I don't move my king, but plundering this pawn and the rook. This happened again. Bishop e3 defends the knight. It loses this pawn and long castles. Now I have to create threats here. The king is still in the center. I castle, which is nice first. Very nice. Rook going there, queen going there. The opponent starts with h5. I don't like that because there is not a king on that side of the board. There is no attack after h5. He's losing tempo. He should play bishop there, knight there, and castle. Or bishop there and castle. I play queen d3, going for this check. That's actually a really nice maneuver. Going for that check. And he allows it. I play rook f1 first though, which is a little bit inaccurate. Now there is bishop e6. Actually there isn't. Actually there isn't. Yeah, sorry. He plays knight a6 developing, but now queen g6 and the king has to move. Now black is still up 7 points of material. Black is up a rook and 2 pawns. So much here. But 3 points negated because the king is still in the center. Bishop g5 check. He blocks with the bishop instead of moving the king. I mean, check is a good move here. But yeah. He blocks with the bishop. Now you attract the king closer. He doesn't even take. Had he taken, he was very scared of some check. Oh, yes. Not taking was the best move. Because had he taken, you have to look for calculations, check, if they're the mate, and if you go back, you lose the rook. That's tough. You block with the bishop, but it's not free. So when your king is... So you have to run away from the checks to the corner. and then develop the rook some like this way, or put the king there and develop rooks. That's one of the ideas. Queen takes g7. Now the rook is hanging. The rook has only one move. If you go there with the queen, is there? It's first of all quite passive, but your piece is on the second rank, and there is bishop f8, cutting off the circulation. But there is also moves like knight d5, all sorts of threats incoming. So rook e8, rook f8, trying to trade off. If he takes, I take, and I win the rook, which is a nice compensation, and the king is still in the center. So this is a good 900. He doesn't take. Knight h3, that unfortunately hangs the knight because there is yeah, it hangs a knight. But he takes. He has to block now. Now I have to move the knight. But I give a check. You can go for this again. You can go for a draw because if he takes, it's checkmate. I should have gone for a draw here. I should have gone for there, and yeah, repeated moves. If you make a threefold repetition here, which is like this, he cannot take because of mate. He goes somewhere back. He has to stay guarding this bishop. That maybe goes there, but then the pieces get in. Let's say he makes a draw. That would be a very nice comeback. But I trade off pieces, and I try to make passed pawns with this move and this move. Yes, very nicely done. But first, you have to look at your opponent's moves. Like yes, knight takes h4. It runs into rook h8, and you lose the pawn. But you don't want to lose any of your passed pawns, so you should prepare for it with h4. And after rook h8, you can come in with the king. Great counterplay. You cannot really target the rook because your pieces are so annoying here. If king d2, rook h6, I mean, it's guarded. So your opponent has no way to move forward, really. e4 he blunders. Perhaps not. Actually, if you go there, you cannot take because if takes, there is a fork. So we have to look out for tricks like that. And even if g4 happens, it's undefended. The bishop moves back, and you cannot defend this pawn, unfortunately. No discovered check as well. I try to win the rook. I tried to be really, really fancy. I wanted this and this, but he plays rook there, and it's all dead. Everything is dead. Okay, I can take this with check, but unfortunately, this guy is good at converting. Rook takes, knight b5. I lose all of my pieces. Do I lose on time? Do I lose on time? Yes, I. So what did it look at here? First of all, after this game, I wanna go take the pawn. Never push again. So yes, f3 was one of the mistakes. Don't play f3 unless your king is castled. My king is not castled, so don't play f3. And don't block with the pawn because of other ways to where the queen goes. If you play g3, you have to ask where the queen goes and what's undefended. And in 1 minute, I am totally lost. Visualization practice needed for these queen moves. Yes, have to get more experience. Rook f1. Very nice counterplay though from me. And winning a piece back. But should have gone for the draw. Should have gone for the draw with queen f8. Some tricks there. But even then, the whole endgame was lost after rook h8 because my only hope was to get past pawns, and I did not prepare for it with h4 and protecting them. You have to pay attention here. Is there a rush? Is there a rush? if you take, there is a rook attacking the knight. You have to always look for attacks as well. Only attacks for black here. So there is no actual rush. You can play h4 here. And it's really tough to play for black actually, as there are no really real moves with the rook. There are no real moves to the rook. The knight cannot move anywhere. The bishop is targeting nothing. The pawns can really not move forward, and you can come in with the king. And this king can run and target all of these things. Yes, some pawns can move, but you can blockade them and attack them. Yes, it's really tough to play for black actually right now. He would make really funny blunders here. Unfortunately, I don't prepare for it, and rook h8 is a double attack, and all hope is lost. After two passed pawns fall, there is no counterplay, and I lose. So, yes, make sure to look deeper into the future and prepare for something if it doesn't work. I mean, it's logical, but there's more experience you need. So if you like this video, I thank you, and I see you next time. You're a legend. See you.